Let's continue. Consumers equilibrium. Let's start with budget line. Budget line is a diagram which shows different combination of two goods that a consumer can afford to buy with his given income and prices in the market. We'll be calling it as a budget line. Yes. So, a budget line is a graphical representation of possible combination of two goods which can be purchased with the given income and the prices, such that the cost of each of this combination is equal to money income of the consumer. Let us understand this with an example. Suppose a consumer has an income of rupees 20. He wants to spend it on two commodities, X and Y, and both are priced at rupees 10 each. So now the consumer has three options to spend his income. Yes, first one, buy 2 units of X, or buy 2 units of Y, or buy 1 unit of X and 1 unit of Y. It means the possible bundles can be 2, 0, 0, 2 or 1, 1. Yes. When all these three bundles are represented graphically, we get a downward sloping straight line, which is known as budget line. It is also known as price line. Slope of a budget line. Budget line slopes downward from left to right. It shows that we can increase the consumption of one good only by reducing the consumption of other. So, slope of budget line equal to Px by Py. Px, price of X, Py, price of Y. Shift in the budget line. Yes, when if effect of change in the income of the consumer, if there is any changes in the income, assuming no changes in the price of cloth as well as the food, then the budget line will shift. So when income increases, the consumer will be able to buy more bundles of goods, which were previously not possible, but it will shift the budget line to the rightward. When income increases, we'll shift the budget line outward. Yes, so we'll be calling it as a rightward. Yes, suppose when there is a decrease in income, when it's a decrease in income, will lead to leftward shift in the budget line, that is inward. The shift in the budget line. Let's move on to the other one, rotation of budget line. Yes, if there is any changes in price of two good commodities, okay, assuming no changes in the money income of the consumer, then the budget line will change. It will change the slope of budget line as price ratio will change with changes in price. When fall in the price of good X will lead to the rightward rotation of budget line along with the x-axis. When rise in the price of good X leads to leftward rotation of budget line along with the x-axis. Yes, so this is a rotation of budget line. Let's move on to the other one, y-axis. Yes, fall in the price of good B leads to a again rightward rotation of budget line along with the y-axis. Next, the rise in the price of good B leads to a leftward rotation of budget line along with the y-axis. So, these are the rotation of x-axis as well as the y-axis. Let's move on to the other one, consumers equilibrium by indifference curve analysis. Yes, consumers equilibrium, which refers to a situation in which the consumer derive maximum satisfaction with no intentions to change it. Yes, and an object to given prices and its given income. The point of maximum satisfaction is achieved by studying indifference map and budget line together. Now, condition of consumer equilibrium. When MRS of XY which is equals to ratio of price or PX by PY. Let the two goods be X and Y. The first condition is that MRS of XY equal to PX by PY. If MRS of XY is greater than PX by PY, it means that to obtain more unit of X, as a result, the MRS will fall and continue to fall till it becomes equal to the ratio of price and the equilibrium is established. Yes, now When MRS of xy is less than Px by Py, it means to obtain one more unit of x, the consumer is willing to sacrifice less unit of y as compared to what is required in the market, which induces consumers to buy less of x and more of y. As a result, MRS rises till it's become equal to the ratio of prices and the equilibrium is established. Just look at the diagram. At point E, consumer is in equilibrium. IC1, IC2 and IC3 are the three indifference curves. Yes, AB is a budget line. With the constant of budget line, the highest indifference curve when a consumer can reach is IC2. So the budget line is tangent to the indifference curve IC2 at point E. This is a point of consumer equilibrium where the consumer purchases OQX. Yes, OQX and the quantity of OQV. Yes, the quantity of Y. Or all the other points on the budget line to the left or to the right of point E will lie on lower indifference curve and thus indicates the lower level of satisfaction. As budget line can be tangents to one and only one indifference curve, the consumer will maximize his satisfaction at point E. Yes, now the second condition, at the point of tangency, indifference curve should be convex to the origin. It means the MRS, margin rate of substitution, should be falling. It shows that the law of marginal utility is in operation. Yes, so far we have discussed about budget line. Yes, and rotation of budget line, shift of budget line. Yes, and at the last, consumer equilibrium indifference curve analysis. Thank you, students.